When we look back at WandaVision being the first Marvel Studios Disney Plus series, undoubtedly everybody's going to consider that it was a very risky move. And no disrespect to the characters of Wanda and Vision, but they're just not as big or weren't as popular as the Falcon or the Winter Soldier, which is exactly why originally, had it been released as intended, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier would have been the first series in the MCU to offer us up a more classic approach to Marvel Studios. Now the director of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier talks about following up WandaVision and how there is a lot of pressure to live up to that. So I know WandaVision only wrapped up recently, but there's already a lot of revisionist history when it comes to this series. I can sit on here and tell you, I was not excited for this series. You go back to when it was announced and myself, Mitch, my wife Shay, and Tristan were discussing it. A lot of us were like, it's kind of cool, but no. Mitch was the only one that was literally like, this is going to be a masterpiece. And now a lot of people are like, well, you can't say anything bad about WandaVision. We always loved this. This is what we wanted. Even though that's not the case. Look, WandaVision came out. It surprised a lot of people. A lot of people are still talking about it. There is so many MCU lists that I've seen right now that literally have WandaVision in their top 5. People love that series. So naturally, following that up is pretty tough. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, by the time it's done, it has a uphill battle because, again, I've said this before, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is back to form for Marvel Studios. It looks like other Marvel Studios projects. WandaVision looked like nothing you saw anywhere else on TV, and especially in Marvel Studios. So again, it's an uphill battle. Recently, the director of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Kerry Skoglund, talked a little bit about following up WandaVision, saying how if you look at the MCU's fourth phase narrative, it changed. There was shuffles, there was things moving around, and she feels like following up WandaVision, which took such a different approach, and ended up resonating and being a lot of people's favorite show, or in the top 5 of the MCU again, that there is a lot of pressure that she feels like now following that up, anything following that up really, whether it be the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Loki, because that thing went far beyond what most people expected. And she says that her hopes are that they can come close to what was accomplished with WandaVision in terms of everything. Quality, in terms of storytelling, in terms of social media, pretty much everything. They would just at least like to get close, if not surpass it. Again, we saw that the hype for Falcon and Winter Soldier was surpassing most things, but in the end, are there going to be as many theories and videos, and are people going to be as favorable towards it by the end of the series? And yes, WandaVision, the final episode, was the worst rated of the series, but that doesn't take away from the journey to get there. So I like that a lot of these directors now are openly acknowledging the pressure they feel following up what came before, because that's quite a huge thing to follow up. I mean, imagine the pressure on Spider-Man Far From Home having to follow up Endgame. There was no way it could ever live up to that. It did its own thing, but yeah, that was a lot of pressure.